in debunking comparison. And the first thing is anything big starts small. Matthew 25 verse 21, and this was speaking, the context of this is the parable of the talents. And this was when Jesus was speaking about a parable about a master who was going away, but he calls his servants and he gives his servants different amounts of talents. And this was a way of, currency and exchange and trade. And he gives them this, and when he comes back, he's expecting to see a return. And so he calls one, and one says, hey, you gave me 5, and here's 5 more. Another one does the same thing according to the amount that he received. And another one says, well, I buried mine, right? But then look at this that was spoken to the faithful ones. He says, his master replied, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. You have been faithful with a few. And as a result of that, I will put you in charge of many. The word of God also tells us, do not despise the day of small beginnings, for the Lord loves to see the work start. I don't know where God has you, and you might refer to that as a small and a low place. But it is in that place that God prunes you. It's in that place he develops your character. It is in that place he makes you a prepared person. And when you are faithful in the little, God will make you ruler over much. You see, the beautiful thing about the Lord is that there's certain things that would be attracted to you, not because you have the qualifications in the natural, but that there is a favor the Lord puts on you. And Pastor Lisa talked about this. His presence comes upon you, and that presence is irresistible to the places God is sending you. That even without the qualifications, there is just something about you that the people cannot deny. And doors begin to open up for you. Not because you're so wise, not because you're so talented, not any of that, but because God put his presence on you. And he will not put his presence on what does not glorify his name. So God will start you in the small thing to build you up, to prune you, to perfect you in his nature. But if we see it wrong, then it becomes the place of pride and ego, and the place where we just feel like, you know what, God, it's about time. And you start giving God a timeline. Do you know the issue with timelines? You're literally telling the enemy where to meet you. When you say, you know what, God, if this doesn't happen in 5 years, I'm done. And the enemy says, oh, you made this easy. 5 years, I will give you a counterfeit. We are submitted vessels. We don't tell God how to work. We submit to his ways and his time and his season concerning our lives. We are submitted vessels. We don't tell God how to work. We submit to his ways and his time and his season concerning our lives.